Hello and welcome to the Good City Project powered by Marshall Injury Law, where we showcase the good in Sin City. On this episode, I'm going to introduce you to a man of many titles. However, those titles are a formula of helping people get off the street, or should I say out from underneath the streets of Las Vegas, back into society with a second chance. When Jeff Iverson started his road to recovery, he took the service element of that and took it to an entirely different level, and that's what you're going to see today. Also, Eric Marshall's going to stop by and get to meet Jeff Iverson and see what he's all about as well. So right now it's time for me to introduce you to Jeff Iverson, and let's see all the good he does right here in Sin City.
I'm born and raised in Las Vegas, and I think growing up I couldn't wait to experience the excitement, and I really did experience the excitement and developed some pretty bad behaviors and addictions. At the age of 32, I was able to finally get clean with some help from law enforcement and the courts, and completed the drug court program. And after I completed the drug court program, my life sort of changed, obviously. My personal mission changed, and I started to really take an interest in helping to develop programs to help people kind of that were going through stuff I had been through. So I had been in business and had a small housing program in partnership with a guy who owned a treatment center here. And after maybe 6 months of operating with him and kind of being exposed to some of the needs of the population we were serving, I decided that I really wanted to form a nonprofit. I wanted to be able to raise funds and write grants that would provide more support and more help for these people rather than just providing a roof over their head. And so that's how Freedom House was really born. So I ventured off on my own at 2.5 years sober and took on a huge challenge. So when we opened the doors at Freedom House in 2010, we were strictly able to provide housing. So room and board for people that had completed or were in a recovery program who just really needed more of a supportive housing environment, case management, help finding jobs, recovery support services, food assistance. Sometimes I don't think about, well, I do, but sometimes I think people don't think about, when a guy lands at the last house on the block, like what are his real needs? Yeah, he's got a roof over his head, but does he have clean shoes and clothes to wear to a job interview, things like that. So we really just started addressing all that and it was a really a grassroots effort, just responding to the needs of the people, and then that's how we developed the program. There was an author in town, his name was Matthew O'Brien, and he was looking for a guy in the tunnels that was, I think, accused of a crime. He wanted to have a conversation with this guy. So as he was venturing down into the tunnels, he starts seeing this whole world of people living underground. And so he started taking down supplies to them to build trust, and he eventually interviewed quite a few of them, and he wrote a book called Beneath the Neon. A few years ago, maybe 4 years ago now, Matt decided he wanted to take a job in South America. And so he had a pretty close relationship with Paul Vautrinot, who works for me, and kind of approached Paul and said, hey, I'm leaving town. Do you want to kind of take over this initiative that I've got going? And it was perfect timing, because when Paul approached me and talked about Shine a Light and what Matt was doing, I said, well, this is great, because now we can offer them a legitimate way out of the tunnel, right? Rather than just taking them some batteries or water or some food and building trust. Now we have a program we can refer them out to. And so our first year or two, we had maybe a handful of people that we talked to about coming out, but then it's really grown since then. Last year, we broke the Shine a Light program away from Freedom House as its fiduciary and we created the Shine a Light Foundation. So it's its own entity now, which I'm a co-founder and director of. But now it's really developed into a very robust outreach program that connects homeless people with all of the services that they need in order to get out and start a new life. And then CrossRoads is a project I started working on about 6 years ago. And it really was born out of like understanding a gap in the service delivery model here in the community. You know, we had an indigent detox center, and we have treatment centers, and we have a lot of different things, but we didn't have a detox center that also had housing. And then we didn't have a detox center with housing that also provided outpatient care and case management. So really I was able to be a part of developing a program with this incredible continuum, mostly to serve and help with our law enforcement and our first responders with having a facility, a licensed facility that is an approved drop-off site where they can take people instead of an emergency room that are in crisis because of mental health or substance use issues. So CrossRoads was born a few years ago. So here at Bell, my title is Chief Strategy Officer, which encompasses a few different things, but you know, whether it's been at Freedom House or CrossRoads or even Shine a Light now has employees, but even here at Bell Electrical, I'm able to interview and have conversations with people through my lens, which I have kind of like, I would say, not unique, but an ability to spot people that may be looking for a second chance, because I was that guy once. I remember when I sat across the desk from JJ Bell, and I said, I was 90 days clean and sober, and I said, if you hire me, I will be the hardest working person that you've ever hired, because I'm out of options. I've made mistakes, but I'm ready to step into a new life.
This is as real as life gets. This is where people come to heal, to move forward, and we literally need more places like this, because the need is high in our community and the help isn't as much as it needs to be. So this has been a humbling moment for me to come and see the inner workings of literally changing people's lives, coming from probably the darkest place they can be and giving them hope and light. So it's been my pleasure, it's been my honor to be here today and to walk through what I consider hallowed halls. If you haven't had a chance to meet Jeff in person, meet him in person. He's the real deal. He has been there, quite literally. He's been there, and he's learned from it, and he's using that to bring people up from where they are, to give them a chance, a new lease on life. That the projects he has going on, it's more than just here, is literally bringing people from the tunnels, the depths, and giving them hope.
I remember having a conversation with my mom, like, Mom, I'm gonna need to do something drastic in order to really sink my feet into this new life. And that's what I did.
As you guys can see, Jeff Iverson has easily touched over thousands of people in helping them with their road to recovery. It's just amazing. Jeff, please don't stop being the amazing human being that you are. As you can see, he never stops helping, as you can see from this right here.
You want a job? Just kidding.
Yeah, he was even trying to give my video guy a job as well at Bell. So you got to watch him. Jeff, keep on doing what you're doing. You're an amazing human being, and thank you for everything that you've done. Also, if you guys want to see some more information on Shine a Light, they actually partnered with Las Vegas Raiders Darren Waller's Foundation, and you guys can check out that episode on Real Sports with Brian Gumbel on HBO. So on behalf of Shine a Light, on behalf of Freedom House, on behalf of CrossRoads, thank you, Bell Electrical, for letting us stop by as well. And thank you on behalf of Marshall Injury Law and watching this Good City project, where we showcase the good in Sin City.